The round table.
Gentlemen,
Aye.
let's broaden our minds.
Lay on, gentlemen, and let them know what's what. Fire at will.
It's time for action, gentlemen.
Gentlemen of the round table.
What's the topic of discussion?
Civility, gentlemen. Always civility.
Yeah, I'd rather beat off than publicly say I need sex.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We're missing some gold here. We should really hold on.
Are we all good? Are we good to go?
yeah.
Okay. Well, Eddie, you have a lot to be thankful for today.
Oh, yeah, and I'm praying today. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Catholic,
Okay.
white Jesus.
Take it easy.
Amen. Catholic, white Jesus. Thank you for the Dolphins. Won today. They beat the Jets, and I was there. I sat front row, and I got to yell at the Jets cheerleaders.
Very nice.
And I want to thank God for that. And I
What
really
did you tell
appreciate
them?
that. They're called the flight crew, so I kept calling them stewardesses.
Oh,
And
that's
I was asking them where my pretzels were, where my peanuts were, and to get me a Diet Cola and shit like that, and they didn't like it.
That's good. Take them down a peg. Those cheerleaders who make $50 a game. Take
Ed
them
did
down.
show me the pictures from the game, and he did show me a nice picture of a hiney that he
man,
took.
she had a perfect hiney. I would have, even though she was a just cheerleader, I would have changed my life for her.
Well,
and,
you should probably change it for your own heart and insanely
But anyway, just thank
terrible
you,
health.
God, for the Dolphins letting me see that. I'm gonna go next week. I'm gonna go watch the game again, and I really appreciate that. And I also want to thank you for gracing me with the presence of the three-time champion of the Roundtable of the Year Awards.
Oh, my God.
This is a big three-time.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Really amazing.
Mr.
He came
Michael
just to
Che is
see
here.
us.
And it makes me, makes me so bashful to be in his presence.
Bashful.
Bashful.
I want to thank everybody for voting, too, by the way.
Nobody voted.
No, everybody
Huge
voted.
numbers came in on the votes.
big numbers.
Huge numbers. People you wouldn't be surprised who voted.
I wouldn't be surprised you voted. I know
Brooks
one
voted for Michael Che.
Yeah,
It was great.
That was a big one.
Mel Brooks did, huh?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
very big of him.
Yeah. My own cousin, Jeffrey Ross, voted for Michael Che.
Did he
over
really?
Me, yeah.
Good,
Wow.
good.
You voted for Che.
I voted for Michael
You
Che.
voted
That's
for
right.
Che.
I remember submitting that.
Thank you guys so much for registering and voting.
No
It's a
problem.
council. They get selected.
All right, Eddie. Is this still the prayer?
In the name of the
All
Father,
right,
and the
here we
Son,
go.
and the Holy
Thank
Spirit.
And the three-time round table of the year.
Michael Che. goddamn.
Jesus Christ.
Just to be you, to be able to win that award.
I tell you, it's not easy.
I've been nominated as a three-time nominee. I just want to say
That's good, too. Sometimes it's good to be invited.
It's crazy.
The conversation's done, guys. It's all done. The award is over. It's not a real award.
No, it's a real one. I got it in my office.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Roundtable of Gentlemen, everybody. We know Ed's here, and we fucking know Michael Che is here because he's been talking non-goddamn stop about a bullshit prize.
It's a beautiful award. You should see it. It's glistening.
I'm going to get it next year, Michael.
You will not.
God, man.
Who's
that
around
thing
this?
was hard to nail to the wall because it was covered in pussy juice.
Oh, Lord. Kind of slips off there.
Yeah.
All right, Jackie.
Wow.
That you're here,
sticky.
Jackie.
I'm here.
Jackie!
I think that next year, I just hope that it's my pussy juice to be on the award. You didn't even let me slop on it. I was the fucking Vanna White of the awards, and whose pussy juice are you using, Ed Larson?
Seal.
I just put it in the bathroom and I said, think of Michael Che.
Yeah.
Oh man, it might have been my pussy juice.
It could have been yours.
Could have been.
Remember that note?
I remember the note
that
now.
old trick. Yeah.
Classic trick.
Holden McNeely, I got bleed, so there you go.
Oh,
Holden has had a bloody nose for 5 days now because he has the, what is it called? Nerd
Herpes?
disease?
Yeah.
Just like the dorkiest thing that you could possibly have.
Don't pick your boogers, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
You
that's
gotta stop
fucking
doing that.
biblical.
Yeah, you can't put your fingers up there. You can't put your thumb up there.
Is that what happened? You were putting fingers up there? and
Yeah,
started
I
gushing
switched
blood?
to the thumb. I switched to a wider digit, because I really had some stuff coming down the pipeline. And
Right.
Yeah, I just sort of ripped it open.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can go with your pinky Maybe your pointer,
I
but
say
never your
none.
thumb.
Don't even
None.
blow that thing. Just leave it alone, man. It's a fucking curse. It's a torture of the damned.
It sounds like it.
Torture of the fucking damned. So,
Our sync, if you've ever seen the wonderful Stephen King film It was a made-for-TV movie. There's a scene where Bevy goes to the bathroom, and there's a balloon, and what's in that balloon? A bunch of blood, and it pops in the sink. I woke up Tuesday morning, I believe, and this was after, I don't even know, the epic fucking rainforest of blood, the biggest blood gush I've ever seen all over our bathroom.
Yeah, I've covered the
I was
bathroom
very
with blood.
comfortable with it, though.
Okay.
My
Yeah, I was sort of fine with it.
part of everything that happened to you that's bad, and we're sorry you got sick,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it is really funny that you bled out of your face for 4 days.
For
And
4
then
days!
you go to the
4
hospital.
days.
It's incredibly hilarious.
Absolutely.
No, who's ever been... I've never seen it on a tombstone.
But the funny part about Holden's nosebleed is that his roommate, Kep, your guy's roommate, was going to let you die.
Yeah.
He was
Yes.
Yeah, he stayed in his room.
He was Holden was just screaming in pain, bleeding out of his face.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
then
what's
he's
Kep
all
gonna do,
painful.
though?
No, it wasn't painful. I mean, it was just the nausea from drinking all the blood. It was just more the. It was more
That's
the.
just drinking blood. People do it for fun. People do it for sexual pleasure.
It was more the anxiety.
Yeah, but at one
of-
point you come and then it's over. You
Yeah.
don't keep doing it.
I
It's
suppose.
4 days.
How
That
many
was-
gallons of blood or ounces of blood do you think you have?
I mean,
right
I
now
filled up
in your stomach.
multiple, like that large
all right.
blue cup.
Okay.
I filled up like multiple cups of blood.
This is fucking awful.
It's bad radio, right? It's really bad.
I gotta talk about it, man. It's a real thing. So don't stick those fingers up your nose. Get a humidifier. Fucking don't get better roommates that
All
will
right,
take
well-
care of you in a crisis.
I want to welcome everyone to WTF. It's fucking Holden Marin over here.
Yikes.
Fast forward the first 15 minutes.
sweet
All right,
Jesus.
Marcus. Let's go to a news story.
A Yemeni wedding celebration ended in tragedy when a man accidentally shot 3 people dead with an AK-47 while dancing to Gangnam Style.
I saw that.
Oh,
I
man.
saw that. This story is amazing. I blame Psy for this whole fucking thing.
Horrific mobile
You should
footage.
have cut us off so long ago with this story. You had this. You were sitting on this story. We're just talking about Holden's face.
Yeah, it's all good.
Horrific mobile footage posted to Live Leak shows a group of men dancing to the song by South Korean pop star Psy. One of the men wearing a white shirt and black turban can be seen carrying an AK-47 while he dances. Suddenly, a burst of gunfire erupts and guests scream as 3 men fall to the ground, lying in pools of blood. It is believed the men later died.
I
Feels
believe
like
it.
This is a scene from Taken 2.
Ooh, it does sound very intense.
Put the gun down if you're gonna dance, man.
I mean, yeah, this Psy dance, the
I mean,
Gangnam
it's
style
a different.
dance.
I mean,
I even
he's
put my
doing a
drink
special
down.
dance.
It's literally like 15 dudes dancing in a circle
Yes.
with each other and guns. It's
we
the most
watch it?
And the
homoerotic
girls,
thing I've
and the
ever
girls
seen in
kind
my
of
life.
sit and they watch a little bit.
Well, they're not allowed to dance
You're
or
not allowed to
smile.
be happy.
Yeah, man.
Your
No,
face should have
I'm
been pixelated that
It's a
entire
very
last
popular
week.
song.
Oh, it is. It is. I'm very happy the Gangnam style trend is done now. I think we're done with the song,
I
right?
think this is
absolutely
the official end.
Yeah, when
that's
3
it.
people
Of
die in
Gangnam
Yemen,
Style.
it's all over.
This is what I was afraid of when I first heard it. I was like,
This, I was
somebody's
like,
gonna.
this is gonna happen.
Right.
I wonder if like Psy's like beside himself right now, just like so sad. Like, what have I created? What monster have I wrought in the world?
Yeah. Feeling
I
like
wanna
J.D.
hear-
Salinger did when that
Yeah.
dude fucking shot Lennon over his book.
This is the new knockout.
Yeah.
Dancing the Gangnam Style.
The
with
knockout game?
AK-47.
I want to talk about that knockout game.
I want to see Psy do an acoustic Gangnam Style at the next Grammys.
Oh, it'd be beautiful.
in remembrance of those
Yeah, him and
dudes.
Faith Evans can be out there too with a big picture of Biggie for some reason. Nobody really knows why. It's going to be huge.
with 3 candles on a piano or some shit.
Elton John comes and talks about candles in the wind or some shit and fucking move on with the event.
Well, firing guns at weddings is common in Yemen and often leads to accidental shootings. According to the National Yemen website, accidental shootings account for 80% of gun crime.
Good God.
There's a national Yemen website.
To
yeah.
be in the Yemen army. God, that's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys aren't even in the army. They're just hanging out at a wedding, shooting a bunch of guns. 80%, though. You would think they could just use fake bullets when it's wedding shoot time as opposed to war shoot time.
AK-47 too. Like that's a big gun.
It's a huge
yeah.
gun to be dancing to that goddamn
It must
horsey
be
song.
so easy to get away with murder. It's like, it was an accident.
Psy made me do it. I was really nailing that Gangnam Style
I was
dance.
dancing with my gun to Gangnam Style.
It's Yemen, you know.
As usual.
Actually, people get shot. Yemen is an accident.
Ed, you had an AK. You ever dance with it?
Yes.
And you have a beard.
Listening to what?
Hip hop.
Hip hop.
Oh, that's
Hip-hop.
appropriate. That's very appropriate.
But yeah, obviously a bunch of people got knocked out there. That knockout game, that's very popular right now. Everyone's talking
I don't
about
think it's
it.
that popular.
It
I mean,
is-
it's popular to talk about.
It's
I don't
popular in
think
the
it's
news
actually
media
happening.
right now.
It happened to Henry
in the news
Zebrowski.
What's that?
That finally answers the question: what happened to Henry Zebrowski that fateful day when he got punched in the back of his fucking
Twice.
head?
It
Yeah.
happened to Henry twice.
Yeah,
But
he
Jay,
did,
you're
yeah.
from around here. Was this a common thing that when you were growing up? Because I think the media is
I've
blowing this
heard of it
knockout game out of
before.
proportion.
Look, I remember Halloween was the worst holiday in New York because kids would get socks with potatoes and batteries and just clock people in the fucking head with
I would much rather get hit with a sock full of a potato.
socks full of
than
anything, and they would just beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, I
with
got
it.
so
That's just
many
a thing.
eggs thrown at me in Bed-Stuy at Halloween when I used to live down there. I remember
It was 2 weeks before Halloween. They
Yeah,
were like,
yeah,
it's
they were
Halloween.
throwing
They
eggs.
throw
on the
eggs
roof
at
Oh,
and just
God, I
throw
would've loved to see
radios
that.
and shit.
But I also had a car jut over and like try to fake run me over when I was about. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just shit happens over there. You know, it's
That's
just
fun.
People get
fucking war
frustrated.
zone. And I'm
God, I
white.
wish I
And I
was
wear
in both-
glasses.
I wish I was in both of those cars. Just like giving them eggs. Throw more. Throw
It's like
more.
Black Yemen. It's how it's what happened.
Well, I guess it's better. At least we're not
We
shooting
listen to
people with
Gangnam
AKs.
Style and we knock people out. That's
Yeah.
No, it's just fucking. You just put a name on it, it just makes it scary.
Bashful.
Does that scare white people?
The
Stuff
knock-
like that. When you
nothing
see
scares
stuff like that?
us.
No, you don't care, right?
No,
You're like,
I'm 6'7". No one's gonna knock me out. They'll hit my shoulder, or I want them to. And then just grab one of them and choke them really hard. Look at all the other ones in the fucking face. You'd be like, see what happens, with the inner
That's the other
rage.
thing
Then
that
it's all worth
happens,
it.
like,
Yeah, it's fine. And I'm like, thank you so much for hitting me.
It never happens to me or Ben. They're
No,
not
it
gonna- it's
doesn't.
Like,
It's
it
not
just
gonna
wanted, we're too big.
That's what
Also,
it
they
is.
wouldn't happen to me either. That's why I was never kidnapped as a child. Too fat.
Yeah.
They're too scared.
I almost got kidnapped as a kid.
No, you're
Nah,
too
I
cute
swear
in the
to-
face.
I swear to God, me and my cousins were at a bodega, and this crackhead lady runs in and she says, "Get what you want. Your mother's waiting." And we were like, "Okay." We didn't have any money, so we were like, "Really? Get whatever we want?" It's like, "Yeah, get whatever you want." I got like $1 worth of candy, and I thought we was just gonna make off with all this candy.
Yeah.
And my cousin was smart for some reason.
Ridiculous.
She's like 2 years older than us, 3 years older. She was like, "No, who's our mother? What are you talking about? We're not even brothers and sister. How do you know our mother? We're not even the same." And she got so frustrated that she just left. And I got a fucking beating for it because when
Because you were going to go.
because we were all gonna go, but my cousin told, and I had the fucking free candy in my hand
You
as
were
she's
the
telling my
leader of
uncle.
let's go.
It was candy. It was like, how could you
For the
not?
free candy, I think it's totally fun.
Yeah, I
You
got
gotta
a
get in that
fucking
goddamn
beating for
van.
it.
That's sad.
Gotta make
That's
do.
sad.
That's
I
fucking life.
like it though. That's very
I almost
good.
got kidnapped once, too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, my some dude came up to me at some hot dog restaurant. My father used to always bring me to hot dog restaurants because Eddie likes hot
I
dogs.
had no idea there was
Eddie likes
such
hot
a thing.
And,
That's
Hot dog
amazing.
restaurants. And what would you be having, sir?
and it's so I would reserve the table, and my dad would go get the hot dogs.
You had to reserve a table at the hot dog restaurant?
It was a popular spot. Great dogs, Coney Island dogs.
The
And,
reserved Ed Larson table.
Yeah. And then one time when I
At
was
the hot
reserving a
dog
table,
restaurant.
some guy came over and started talking to me and asked me when to play the video games. I was like, yeah.
Of
I wanna
course,
play
yeah.
yeah, I love video games. And then, and so I get up to play the video games, and I just remember this is one of my first memories. I'm like 5 years old. My father comes out of nowhere, grabs a dude by the fucking collar, just starts screaming in his face, and throws him out of the restaurant.
That's a nice father memory.
Yeah, and
That's
then
a great
And then we
memory.
just sit down and had our hot dogs.
I just feel like you like a young you would be like Thor's hammer to try to kidnap. Like you cannot lift.
So
you.
heavy, yeah.
You know, like
How
like you
strong is
I
your
was 100
gravitational
pounds
pull?
in first grade.
100 pounds.
I was that big.
I might have been that big too, actually.
It scares
Fair
me
fun.
how,
Yeah, I might have been that
how
big.
easy, like for as a kid, like just
Well, I
candy,
never- I-
how
Oh,
easy it
yeah.
is to fuck me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
and I really, I would
So easy to
understand.
steal.
It would have been
child.
so easy.
A
to
box
fuck
of
me.
lemon heads, and all you're gonna do is finger my ass a little
Yeah,
bit.
why
I
would
don't
you
know.
want
Fucking blow the box later.
I was never kidnapped. The only time that it ever even came close to happening to me, I made it all up in my head and got my brother in a lot of trouble because he biked ahead of me. So I got home 15 minutes later, made up this elaborate story about how a dude tried to offer me candy in a red fucking pickup truck. And then my brother got grounded for a week, and my mom took me to the police station, and I didn't back down one goddamn bit. I spoke to the
lied?
detectives, and I was like, "It
Jesus.
happened. Goddamn right it happens.
You ruined some black quarterback's football career, probably.
That's right. That's right.
Not in Wisconsin.
Jameis Winston shouldn't be coming in my fucking underwear, man.
And that's why Warren Moon wasn't drafted.
That's goddamn right.
Fucking story.
That's right. Any poor sap in a red pickup truck in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, about 1989. They all got pulled over, probably.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, well, I can't get in trouble. I can't. You got to follow through with the lie. Come on,
Marcus,
everyone.
you never got almost kidnapped?
No, man.
It's Texas, dude.
Texas.
Yeah, they just let kids run. I mean, maybe I did, and I just wasn't paying attention.
That's the thing. I think if you just don't pay attention to the idea that you're being kidnapped, the kidnapper will get bored with you and just leave you on the side of the road.
Well, when you're a kid, you don't know.
Yeah.
You fucking know what it is. They're adults. We like your kid. You trust adults. You see an adult say, "Hey, your mother wants you." You're like, "Yeah, let's go."
Yeah, there was ample opportunity. I mean, this one guy could have kidnapped me. I just kind of set up. We were all at a family gathering. I just started walking down the road, and this old cowboy in a pickup truck just pulled up, like, "Hey, little boy, where are you going to?"
Oh,
I'm
no.
like, "I don't know. I'm just walking." He's like, "Who's your daddy?"
That's terrifying, Marcus. He was halfway to coming.
This is worse than my story.
I'm like, Bill Parks. I'm like, yeah. Like,
Oh, shit.
oh, hell, he lives right down here. Get in the fucking truck, you little idiot. I'll take you over there. So he just took me back, and then he just took me back
If
home.
he didn't know you, he would have fucked you.
It would all been done
So easy. Just like that.
Yes, indeed.
Just like that.
That's not bad. Well, I'm happy you weren't kidnapped, Michael.
I'm happy that you weren't kidnapped either, Ben Kissel.
Well, no one was even close to kidnapping me. I really fucked over somebody. That's kind of good. Reverse kidnapping. Never even kidnapped. But I'll fucking accuse somebody of doing it.
Some elaborate ass shit to get your brother in trouble.
That's like a
it was great.
psychopathic thing to do.
Dude,
really
you don't
nuts.
understand. You don't understand.
How old
the
were
fucking.
you?
I was like maybe 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No, that's some dupe.
He was 12. I had
Sounded
to do
like
it,
you
man.
were going to say 19 and then skip to 10.
Oh no, 19. No.
I feel like
I
it's
was getting all the
scarier at
candy.
10. I
then.
mean, most kids at 10 years old would show up at the police station and start crying and immediately admit they were wrong.
I made up.
Psychopath.
I gave him a
Kissel.
license plate number. I fucking had it all worked
What
out.
was the license plate?
I don't even know. 6 numbers. It's 3 numbers and 3 letters. That's all that I knew. It had to be. So I was just like,
Smart, stupid liar.
dumb liar. I think the detective didn't believe me, but he had me like draw a bunch of shit.
So
you
when
know?
did your brother realize that you were making all this shit
I don't
up?
think that they know to this day.
You fucking... So this is a...
I'm
Oh,
not
my
going
God.
back on that. I'm not going to admit that. Are you kidding me?
So this is probably something that your brother has fucking like obsessed over for
Maybe.
years. Like held with him. Like I almost got my little brother kidnapped.
Oh, he didn't care. He
Probably
doesn't
why
care.
He's gay.
Maybe why he's gay. It could be. Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
that's why.
It's definitely why he's gay.
No. I hadn't thought about that memory in a while, but fuck yeah, man. Love that. Good kid. Don't fuck with me, man. I told him to wait for me.
Powerful episode of Roundtable I've ever been.
I told him to fucking wait for me on the goddamn bike.
Disturbed. I'm really
Come on. Come on.
on the inside.
Every 10-year-old does it to get his older brother in trouble. It's a classic child move.
No, not at
I
all.
feel like to that extent, if I found out
crazy.
that my child lied, to that extent, I would immediately have them committed.
This
I'd
is
be
why
like,
you
"Get them
can't
away
admit that
from
you
me."
lie, because then your parents get upset with you.
Yeah.
As opposed to have them being worried about you, and then they pick you up on fucking time
How's about
every day
you
after
just
middle
suck
school.
it up, stop being a little bitch, and
tell
not
your
tell
brother.
lies about your brother?
I'm not telling lies about my brother.
ride
I told
your bike
lies about a
home.
make-believe pedophile to get my brother in trouble. I didn't tell any lies about my brother. My brother did go ahead of me on the bike. I was upset with it, so I made up an elaborate story about how a man tried to
Because
offer
he
me candy.
wouldn't ride your bike any faster. Because
He
Fatty
didn't
Ben Kissel-
understand how to relax. He was so intense about everything, and I was like,
just to teach him how to relax.
Yeah.
yeah.
But you were bigger than your brother, man. You should be able to fucking lap him
was
on
not.
I
the
had a Huffy. I had the shittiest goddamn
I had
bike.
a Huffy. Love my Huffy.
My Huffy didn't work. You had to pedal it. What the fuck is that all about?
I've
Mike.
stole a Huffy before. They're nice.
I would have just given you my Huffy.
Yeah.
Terrible. For a couple of lemon heads, you could have my fucking Huffy.
Oh, man.
Would've
He
been
would have
great
stolen
Francis
your
kid.
shoes, too.
I would have took your shoes.
My buddy had a
you could've
fancy
hit him.
bike, and he used to do this thing called side hacks, and he'd hack garbage cans and knock them over. But I couldn't do that with my Huffy, so I would just like run straight into him and just destroy him and fall off my bike.
Huffies were like the heaviest fucking bikes.
So
you could possibly-
fucking
They were
heavy,
made
dude.
of
It's insane.
steel.
I
They
loved
were
it.
made of Pontiacs.
They really were.
So fucking heavy.
Fucking came with a license plate made by a state prisoner and shit. Yeah, they were insanely fucking heavy.
That prisoner wrongfully accused for kidnapping you.
That's beautiful. He made me one hell of a nice bike. All right, Marcus. Are we done with this Yemeni story? I feel like we've only done one story.
We've only done one.
Well, we better do another one.
A woman is suing a New Mexico police officer who she says pepper sprayed her vagina twice during a strip search.
Ow!
Jackie, how does that feel?
How many times have you done that?
No, I mean, the worst thing you could do is put Vapor Rub on it. And I imagine that pepper spray is probably worse than Vapor Rub.
I would probably imagine.
Man.
I agree. Jackie, have you ever put Vapor Rub on your pussy?
I used to put Vapor Rub under my nose every night when I go to sleep.
But then you'd
so
always
then
be
I would,
itching
if
your
I would
pussy.
try to masturbate, I would forget that I still had Vapor Rub on my hands, and then it would just burn. And then I thought it was like God's.
So were you,
telling me
hold
to
on,
masturbate.
you were using snot to lube your pussy?
No, I put it on my top lip. And then I had the Vapor Rub on my fingers, and then when I would put it inside of my vagina.
I just thought you would use your snot.
Yeah, I have a feeling that you were finger banging yourself, and then you wanted to smell your pussy, and then you put it up to your nose to smell it, and then you got the Vapo on it.
Why would I want to smell my pussy? I know what my fucking pussy smells like.
Do you?
I smell my underwear every fucking morning.
Really?
I say smell. What does it smell like?
Every morning.
Every morning.
To see if you can wear it for the day.
Yeah, to see what my pussy smells like.
I agree.
Actually, it's probably healthy for you to do that.
Yeah, it probably is.
That's probably the right way to go.
And of course, this woman's pussy smelled like a real corn on the cob here after this guy pepper sprayed all over it.
Now, Jackie, I did something kind of like that once as well, but it was with some really hot buffalo wings.
You didn't wash your hands after the buffalo wings?
I didn't want to get up.
Yeah.
You didn't want to get up, so you had buffalo wing sauce all over your hands, and then you had a rock hard boner. I don't know why. Because it sounds like you just finished eating buffalo wings.
Yeah.
Did you get a boner while eating the buffalo wings?
I feel like that's expected.
But Marcus, you're a white guy.
Yeah.
You can see buffalo wing sauce on your hands.
Well, but
That's a
I
good
also have
point.
to get up and go to the bathroom.
Oh wait, Kissel though, did you clean your asshole after that chicken wing eating contest with the really spicy wings, and your asshole ended up burning for like?
Oh my God! Well, I was the Supercu champion at a now defunct Mexican restaurant called Buffalo Cantina.
Oh,
and
those wigs,
You were the champion.
I was the goddamn champion. And the wing sauce was very intense, and I have never had such
See, that's
anal
the
bleeding
one,
and
that
pain.
you won. You know, the champion at Buffalo Cantina.
Yeah,
Not like Roundtable of the Year.
No, it's not. I'm not like the Round Taylor of the Year.
Nothing like that.
You know, I'm not gonna sell out. You know, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it, but it's very, very painful.
Well, the court documents show Marlene Tapia was strip searched after allegedly violating her probation. During the search, police officer Blanca Zapata told
His name was Blanca?
her, I think
the
it's
fucking Street Fighter
yeah.
alien?
No, that's a Spanish name. I know a lot of Spanish girls named Blanca.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a woman's name.
Yeah. Well, is it
Blanca
a woman?
chick?
There was a character
Yeah.
name in House of the Spirits. Her name was Blanca. Too.
Yeah, I know like 3 girls in my project named Blanca.
Are they attractive, Michael?
They are not.
But they're black.
No, they're Spanish.
During the search, police officer Blanca Zapata told Tapia to bend over and saw a plastic baggie coming from her vagina. Tapia. It's alleged that's when Zapata used pepper spray on Tapia's genitals.
To make it sneeze.
Now, your pussies work like elephant tracks.
That was good.
There we go.
Good.
First good joke of the episode, I think.
The suit says there was no reason to use the pepper spray other than to punish her. Spraying Miss Tapia on the genitals, the suit said, would not cause the baggie to become dislodged. So,
That's
Eddie,
sad.
maybe that was the intent, but it did not work.
Why did they just grab the baggie and just pull it out of the fucking cavity? I mean,
How
fairly
deep could it be?
Yeah, you can already see the head of the plastic bag, right?
That, for the most part, what if it was just a tampon string and they pulled a tampon out of her fucking vagina?
Well, then they're going to get the fucking same treatment that our sink got when Holden bled all over it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a goddamn nightmare situation.
Man, I got that thing
Did
bloody.
they find
dude.
out what was in her?
I got blood on all the toothbrushes, son.
Every toothbrush.
the
I got a text from
anal
Cap the next morning and be like,
dislodged.
don't use your toothbrush. I was like, what happened?
Don't use.
Damn,
Dude,
man.
I couldn't stop it. I looked around. It was just insane, man. It was like fucking the blood coming out of the elevators in The Shining.
Don't use
dude.
your toothbrush.
They got on
so they left
everything.
your toothbrush there?
I would probably fucking stuffed it up his nose. What the fuck do I know?
It's still there, but don't use
I'm
it.
gonna fucking puke.
Why would you just throw everything away that it's touched? Why would you say
Marcus,
don't use
anything, please.
Either way. So this woman got to keep her drugs, I assume, right? The pepper
How
spray didn't
bloody
work?
is your toothbrush ordinarily when
well.
you might use it?
As bloody as my gums get every time I
Don't
brush.
use it. This isn't your blood.
All right, well, let's move on to another story.
wanna
I'm
move on?
nauseous.
Story.
I'm
It's
100%
gross.
This is the
nauseous.
end of it. Let's move on to something else.
Okay.
A man's appetite got him into trouble at an all-you-can-eat buffet when another patron beat him up for taking all the crab legs.
I agree with the patron.
Crab legs are the first to go to an all-you-eat buffet. Everyone knows that. You go
Really?
for the
What you
crab legs. Go get them legs.
What are you
King
talking
crab.
about? Prime rib. Get the prime rib.
You're a prime rib
Prime
kind
rib
of
ain't
gal?
going nowhere. You
yeah,
can
I
always
wouldn't get
prime
crab
rib.
legs at a buffet. I'm
Get
sorry.
the rice.
Well, you're the one
gotta
scooping
get
up
the
all the
rice.
Go
rice.
bleed
Yes.
at home.
Get a
Holden.
plate of start with a plate of rice.
That's the saddest
That is
thing.
a delicacy, the rice at the buffet.
That is sad.
Always.
You from Haiti? What the fuck you need
Oh,
That's
rice?
just awful.
Always. Get the rice covered in some ketchup.
Putting your fucking hands, don't even have a plate with you. Just fucking
Covering-
balling it up.
Absolutely. Wrap, and you can easily, you take your napkin, you open it up, you pour the rice on your napkin, put it up, wrap it up in a ball. You got little rice balls to
A
take
little
home.
rice ball. Yeah, that's a
absolutely.
good idea.
Absolutely.
That's great,
That's
man.
the thing, because that's how you get them, because that's the one everybody ain't trying to get.
That's
So
right.
you
Right.
get the thing they don't want.
I can't wait to go
Always
to the
get the thing
Sizzler
that
with
they
you
don't
guys.
want.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun.
Rice.
That's
We're
the
gonna get
key.
kicked out.
Anytime you're in any situation like that, Black Friday, whatever,
Right.
get the thing that nobody else wants. Is you're gonna get it.
Oh no.
So there you go.
Black
yeah.
Friday, that'd be like a rice maker.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It'd be like-
Black Friday.
Bag of
like-
rice? Or?
Black Friday, I'm in the toilet paper aisle, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm getting toilet paper and paper towels.
Carts
fucking
and
fuck
carts
it.
of it.
God, I would love to
Absolutely.
see you on that old 80s TV show, Supermarket Sweep. He's sniffing all the ham. He's up
undershirts.
And he's in the Goya section again.
Holy Lord.
Oh, so much Goya.
That's the cheapest food we have. I don't think you
49
understand.
cents.
Wow. I'm
never-
here for the deals. No, you want to get a lot. You want to put the
I've
money.
never-
Don't get the Chiffy.
He's
Get the
asking
Key Food
for
brand.
another
Key Food
cart.
brand.
I've never seen so much. I've never seen
White
so much
rose,
fly
why?
paper in a fucking basket.
He's getting Sergeant Crunch cereal. Oh, that's always very nice.
Yeah, you know the off-brand shit.
Bag cereal.
Bag cereal.
More puff rice for Holden. I
Oh
don't know
my
why.
God.
Get
Takes
that
up
right.
so much space.
Get
That's
that right. So
great.
you never know when you're going to be at a wedding, when you need to have
Sure.
some shit to throw around.
Styrofoam coolers. Why? Why?
Awesome.
And he's cleared him out of all the Dr. Thunder and Mountain Lightning.
Ooh, Mountain Lightning was the shit. Mountain Lightning was awesome.
great.
That was better than Mountain Dew. Fuck Mountain Dew. Mountain
All
Lightning.
right.
But anyway, so this guy's getting his ass kicked right now over some crab.
Omar Shabazz Thomas is on trial for allegedly beating Michael
Shabazz Thomas.
Omar Shabazz Thomas.
Damn it, man. Now
You
I
know,
wish-
every time he punched him, he said, Shabazz! Shabazz!
Oh God.
That's a great name, man. You should be a
Only
fucking
black
leader.
people have mismatched countries for their fucking names. Omar Shabazz Thomas. What the fuck? Where are you from?
The Bronx,
Omar
actually. The Bronx.
Shabazz
Thank you.
Thomas.
Born and raised.
He became enraged because Lopatic had emptied a container of crab legs at Star Buffet. Thomas, 21, verbally insulted Lopatic and repeatedly punched him, breaking the Lancaster man's glasses and injuring his ribs. Lopatic, 48, testified that he was having dinner with his wife and children. He said on the witness stand, "You couldn't have felt more demoralized. I wish I would have just given him my crab legs." Lopatic said he waited in line for the crab legs and took about 8 pieces, emptying the container. He said, "I cleaned it out. You got to get in line pretty quick."
You do.
As everyone knows.
This fucking 21-year-old schmuck. I mean, what age can you beat somebody up and still feel as if you were a strong, better, more masculine man for
I
doing
say
it?
you have
26.
to stay with
26, so 21 to 26, so about a 5-year range?
Yeah.
So if this 48-year-old fought a 53-year-old, that's fine.
That's perfect.
Oh,
agree.
yeah, it's absolutely fine.
Understandable.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you're
but
a
at the same
21-year-old
time-
man, although I wish there is nothing greater to see an elderly dude beat the fuck out of a young kid.
Yeah,
Whenever
yeah,
it
no.
rarely happens,
I like
whenever it
5-year
does.
range rule. I like that. I
Yeah,
think that's-
5-year range is pretty
think
much.
that's perfect.
Because you probably went to high school around the same time.
Sure.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
if you were really dumb.
your sister fucked one of his friends.
It's possible. Yeah,
Definitely.
5-year rule is about right. 10 years is fucking upset. Like, if I got into a fight with a 20-year-old, one of us should be ashamed of ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know which one, but
Yeah,
it depends on
yeah.
depends on how it ended.
I woke up on Saturday morning and I couldn't remember my age. Isn't that sad?
That's happened to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
32. Anyway, I was very worried. And last night we had an interesting bunch of dreams, Ed.
Yeah,
You're right. Just get right.
I've had like a dream that I was in high school and I woke up and had to remember that I'm not in high school.
Oh, all the time.
That's
I don't
rough.
think
I'll have to remember I'm
graduate.
30 and I'm not late.
That's like
Like
me
I have
with,
to remember that
it's
shit.
like me with the Nazi party.
Yeah, you're not in it anymore.
Yeah, it was really weird. Yeah, I keep going. I'm like, oh,
Like,
right.
Holden, you're not going to graduate the Nazis.
Right,
You know,
right.
You have
None
to,
of that.
You have to get your credits done.
I
You
was
don't
going-
hate Jews enough.
I was going for head creepy science experiment guy, and it didn't work out. Yeah, they didn't want me for it. I wanted to put like an arm on somebody's leg. And all
We
that.
just don't know enough
fucking
girls.
noseblood.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
Right.
Like fucking nosebleeds kept me out of it because I got fucking dork's disease. I hate it.
It is a dork's disease, but
I mean,
you
it's
could
the
go to a
lamest.
buffet. If you would go to a buffet, you could just shut that whole place down. As a matter of fact, you have a lot of power with that nosebleed. If you don't like a restaurant,
yeah.
go into that restaurant with your nosebleed, let it gush out. They'll be shut down for months.
Absolutely.
If they were ever allowed to reopen.
Holy fucking lord, dude!
It's
I
a
got
good
fucking
idea.
bookworms problem. It's fucking
Yeah.
awful.
Do you think it's the smoking, the drinking, the lack of humidity, or the fact that you read books? What caused
I
the
think it's
nosebleed?
your apartment, man.
Yeah, I don't. I never get a nosebleed.
Yeah, you got all that mold though.
The mold.
And the dryness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
these
but
are all just
okay,
accurate
does mold
descriptions, so if
give
we could
you
get to some
nosebleeds?
I don't know.
Read.
Don't
I
help.
haven't read anything about that. I've not seen it. I sound awesome right now, by the way. I haven't fucking seen anything about mold.
This reminds me of when the curtain got pulled back on The Wizard of Oz, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's just a depressed, sad white."
Yeah, this
This
is
is
exactly what I went to a bed and breakfast. I went to White Man Mecca.
I don't want to hear
I
about
went to
that.
Marcus,
I went to White Man
Get
Mecca.
rid of it.
All
Marcus.
right. His girlfriend, by the way, came back with saucer eyes, and she was traumatized all weekend. I don't know what you did to that poor woman.
Oh my god!
We played
Just
Big
bled
Bug.
all over her fucking.
Yeah, we played. We got a king size bed, so we didn't have to touch finally in bed.
All right, Marcus. So the guy with the crabs, it's best for her.
Yes.
Yes. When
sad.
Lopatic filled his plate,
I'm gonna fucking cut my dick off. I wanna.
Oh, keep it, Eddie. Keep your dick.
The
You gotta
bed
have a
was
little.
so big, we got to pretend we were like an elderly couple. We didn't have to touch each other at all. We could both spread out. It was so great.
I mean, nobody even likes to hear about it. You know,
The place was called the Country Squire.
I'm
it was
sick
not
to my
called the
stomach.
country. I'm gonna burn that fucking place
I'm
down.
gonna
wanna
fucking
fucking-
put a bomb in your
kill
brain. and the
everyone
next
in
time
this
you say
room.
bed and breakfast, it's gonna go off.
It was amazing.
All right.
They had a TV VCR in the room. We watched television.
Oh no.
So
Marcus.
Okay,
Marcus.
I'm trying, but you keep asking him questions. When Lopatic filled his plate, a woman who was Thomas's companion spoke up. He said she was making references to my weight and me being a pig.
Oh, come on. What you mean? She called him fat? What a cunt.
Lopatic, who stands 6 feet 4 inches, told the jurors that last year he weighed 240 pounds.
Really up the ante there.
yeah.
He said that he ignored the woman and sat down, but was later approached by Thomas. Thomas called him Big Man and asked him why he took all the crab legs, using profanities. He was like a raging maniac. I'm looking in disbelief. This is a family restaurant. You don't say something like that.
Why you take all the crab legs, motherfucker? Like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, exactly.
I'm scared.
Big man.
Drama
Big
sensation.
man. Why you take all the crab legs, big man?
Yo, big man.
That's exactly how that went down.
And I immediately would give him every crab leg I had.
Just give him a couple of crab legs.
It's like fucking wait, though. You just wait a second, there's gonna be more crab
They
legs.
Well,
bring
it's
out.
buffet.
They're prepared for that. It's a buffet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely.
Wait.
Yeah, yell at the Asian.
You never know who's working there. It doesn't even matter.
Yo, big man, we need more crab legs. That's all you have to fucking do.
But there is one thing when you're fat, you do have to recognize when you steal all the crab legs, you're going to be living the stereotypical life of a fat man.
I
and people
never
are going to
take the
call you
last
fat.
of anything.
You
No,
can't
you
do
can't.
it.
You can't.
You never take the last of anything.
As a
I don't
tall
take the
guy,
last of anything
no,
either. Yeah.
exactly. As a tall guy, I have to be very nice to smaller people to let them know that I'm not mean. But if you're tiny, you can be a total asshole, and people are like, "No, that's spunky," right?
Yeah.
You just got to know your weight.
I'm
You gotta-
with you on that, Ben.
Thank you, Michael.
Like when I walk into elevators, and you're taller than me. When I walk into elevators, I like to go as far back as possible because I just hate standing in front of people.
Dude, I haven't
or
s-
like concerts or anything like that. I don't
I'm
like
with
standing
you.
in front of
Concerts,
people.
yeah. Ben always stands in the back. We're
Yes,
all
and
up
way in the
front
back.
having fun. Ben's
I
always in
feel
the
like an
back.
asshole to stand up front.
And it's sad because we can't do anything about it. And people yell at you and they
Back's the
curse
best
at
spot
you.
for concerts, though. Anyway.
Yeah, and there is one nice benefit of being tall. You can actually see the goddamn thing, so
And
it
what are you,
kind of makes
6'6"?
sense. 6'7".
6'7", yeah.
Oh,
so
people
it's
hated me.
Way worse.
I went to one concert, and I do find whenever I do end up going into the middle of a concert, I just end up being the guy who has to jack up the small kids into like the so they can crowd surf and shit. I'm just a glorified security
Jack off
guard.
who now?
I just jack off kids. Why do you go to concerts? Anyway,
it's so weird. Every time I go to a concert, I just go in the middle of the crowd, and I have to jack off the kids.
I just jack off all these kids. It's really bizarre. It's weird, but well, what can you do?
Well, everybody's happy.
Yeah, it's difficult now. Go to those 7 Mary 3 concerts. All these kids are like 35 years old.
You gotta go to the Raffi concerts.
Raffi, yeah, that's big. That's big.
Go to the Wiggles.
Baby Beluga.
All right.
Baby Beluga.
He sings Baby Beluga.
No one knows Baby Beluga.
Everybody fucking
How does
knows
it
Baby.
go?
Baby Beluga in the deep blue sea, swim so wild, swim so free. It's more. There's more to it.
Is there more than that?
Yeah.
I don't know why you know that.
I have
Fucking Raffi. Everybody knows Raffi. You guys.
I feel like I should shove a cookie in your mouth.
Please.
No, that
Do you
would be
have
fun.
a cookie?
Yeah.
I will eat a cookie. I'll eat fucking 10 cookies.
Cookies are great to eat.
Always. Can we start bringing cookies into the Roundtable of Gentlemen?
No more beer? Are we gonna go beer free?
I
It's all
want fucking
cookies.
only fucking cookies.
All right, Jax. Next episode.
10 is such a specific number of cookies.
Yeah, I need all the cookies. Ben, sound man, you hear that? Cookies.
Ben doesn't listen to you, Jackie.
It's
He only
Ben's
listens
job
to me.
bring the
Oh,
cookies.
Thank you. Ben, it's not your job. It's
your
Jackie's
job.
And then Ben agreed with
New
me.
Ben and old Ben.
Yeah.
Skinny Ben, fat Ben.
Yeah.
Well, don't call him
Normal
fat.
Ben. Tall
Pretty
Ben.
Ben, ugly Ben. And you know which ones I'm talking about.
I'm gonna pepper spray your fucking pussy soon, Jackie.
Please
You
fucking
keep on
pepper spray
talking
my
like
pussy.
that.
I just
I'll
need to
fucking
feel
pepper
like
spray
I'm
your goddamn
alive.
pussy right now.
First, you gonna shove a cookie in your mouth, you gonna
kidding
fucking
me?
pepper sprayer.
I'll
Man,
fucking-
it sounds like a fucking
I'm gonna
Saturday
treat you
night
like
to
a
me.
goddamn buffet. I'll fucking put some. Unbelievable. Unfucking
That's the
believable.
weirdest one we've done.
Sad.
A woman who makes her fiance take a lie detector test to prove he has been faithful every time he leaves the house has been diagnosed with an extremely rare condition that causes delusional jealousy. Debbie Wood, 42, is so paranoid that her partner, Steve Wood, 30, will cheat.
Well, that's the answer right there.
Yep. I'm also happy that no one just immediately shut it out. Oh, she's diagnosed with bitch disease. That was good of us.
That was real
That's
good
a
of
hacky
us, yeah.
joke, and I'm happy no one said it.
Yeah. She's
It's a
so
good thing no one ever mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm glad nobody said that.
Yep. Really
right
happy
past
about
it.
that.
Just didn't say it.
Yep.
No one said that.
No one
Who would ever think of it?
Yeah, who would say
Dumb
that?
joke.
It's so great that none of our
Yeah,
minds
thank God.
went there.
Yep. I know.
No one's sad and
Somebody
lonely
could have
enough to
said-
say that.
Where a human would even
Dream of it.
uttering it.
I'm really happy about
Doesn't
it.
exist in this fucking room.
Sample of
Bitch
Not in
disease.
this room.
Bitch disease. She
good
seems
thing.
to suffer from, I don't even know. She's been Jezebelling around. Very good, though. But I'm happy that nobody
We are
said it.
very fortunate.
Yeah.
Say those things.
Well, she is so paranoid that her partner will cheat that she checks his phone, email accounts, and bank statements several times a day for any evidence of infidelity. And it doesn't stop there either, as Steve, who started dating Debbie in 2011, is even banned from watching women on television or looking at pictures of them in magazines. Do you guys want to see the happy couple?
I want to see this woman.
All right, everyone just, and look up this before I show everyone. If you're at a computer, look up this story online so we can all experience
Pause
this together.
now.
Yeah, pause it.
Pause it, look it up, come back.
What's the headline of the article there? So we can
Woman
find
makes
it?
her fiance take a lie detector test every time he leaves the house. If you're listening to this at a computer, look it up so we can all get this together. And here they are.
Oh my Christ in heaven. Oh no.
Why does he have to take
What
the test?
Wrong
This man
with
is
both of them?
Is he wearing a Boy Scout
Is he
uniform?
wet?
No. He's 30 years old. She has got a longer hair. As a matter of fact,
I mean, she's a good 350.
Oh,
at least a
God.
350.
Yeah,
Christ.
and
he is a solid ugly as shit.
This guy lives in constant fear.
I mean, he has the greasiest hair I have ever seen. He looks
is
like a
going
Tim
to
Burton
beat
character.
him to death.
And I love that she has the remote as well in this picture. He doesn't get to watch anything
you
on
watch
TV.
something? You want to watch something? Faggot!
Fucking ask me first, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
she goes a good 350. She's just got the biggest toad fucking face that you ever see in your life. Long black hair. She's 42. He's 30. He's got long shoulder length hair. Most of it's gone up top.
Sad. He looks
he's
like
a
Gollum.
very-
After the
That's
ring is
just
sort of.
like a psychological thing. That's just her
You know what?
bitching him.
I
This is like
honestly
some
think
prison shit.
I think that he likes it. I think that he
Yeah,
likes
he
it.
likes
You know,
it.
he likes a larger
I mean,
lady.
ugly son of a
He's
bitch.
a hideous man.
He knows how hard it's going to be to get another girlfriend. That is what is keeping him in this relationship.
But
That's
this
sad.
girl
You could
is
get
just so
something else.
ugly.
You know what? I'm
It's
just
prison
she's pretty
rules.
ugly.
It's like when you get locked up and the bigger guy makes you walk around holding his
She's
belt loop.
Debo.
That's the thing. It's just like to keep you under a spell.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what? I kind of like it. I don't mind it. I
like
think
it too.
This guy doesn't have much of a life. He probably goes to work at one of the last blockbusters in America. He comes home. I think that he's happy to have a lady.
Blockbuster's done, bro.
There's a couple of them that still exist.
There's like 2.
Kevin Barnett, of course, he took a couple of pictures in Florida when he was walking through a Blockbuster, and it really
Heart
was.
of Blockbuster.
It was like, what's that?
Heart of Blockbuster, Florida.
Yeah, it was insane. But I think that he probably enjoys this chick, madly
got
in
him.
love with him.
Well, Debbie, who's originally from Dunoon, Argyll, spent
Dunoon?
Dunoon in Scotland. Spent 10 years in the U.S. before moving back to Port Glasgow, Renfrewshire in late 2010 following the breakdown of a relationship which left her devastated. She was
She
so
had another relationship
I see. That's
before
what
this
happened.
one?
here in the United States.
Oh,
she
my
came to the
Jesus.
U.S., had
What
a
did that
relationship
guy
here.
look like?
Black dude.
Found him on Tinder.
No, her face isn't pretty enough to fuck a black dude.
No, I actually think her face is pretty enough.
What are you fucking
Yeah,
talking
what,
about?
you
Look
were
at that
saying
again.
this earlier. Like you were
Ooh.
saying,
Her face is not that
no,
bad. You-
she's...
Ben. Oh, by the way, Ben, our fucking sound man is aggressively agreeing with me right now.
You mean pretty Ben?
Aggressively agreeing with
I
me.
don't think
Yes.
that is
No,
true.
he's not shaking his head no.
Yes, he is.
No, shaking
Her-
his head no.
Jay, look at her face.
Let me see.
Yeah.
She looks fucking
No,
disgusting.
I'm telling you.
I mean,
I'm telling you, drop
that is
some
one of
pounds.
the ugliest women I've ever seen in my
that's-
entire life.
That's not what.
She's like cartoon fat ugly.
Yeah.
She cartoon fat ugly.
She looks like the fat alien in the Phantom Menace.
She
And
looks
what's
like
wrong with
a
that?
Donkey Kong or a caveman.
Yeah.
R. Crumb drew a big fat woman
Uh-huh.
that you would never want to fuck, it'd be her.
Yeah, man, that's
He would want to fuck her. But anyway,
Yeah.
no, she's got a cute face, strong jawline,
Oh, dude.
Strong
nice
jawline.
nose.
No, she doesn't have a strong jawline.
It is important to remember that there
How
is
could
a
you have a
jawline.
She's
there.
got a heavy fat line.
She's got 2 chins. How the fuck does she have a jaw?
Oh, I'm so sorry that I want a little bit more. You know,
I like
want
a little more, but that is not where I
She has
want it.
one chin, Che, but it's 35 pounds.
it's a 35-pound chin.
Her arms
whale
are wider
dicks
than
and
my
chins.
head.
No, I'm not going to defend this woman anymore. But I do like a strong woman, and I enjoy that.
I would love to watch her throw Marcus around.
That's the thing.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
And look
I'd
how
love to fight her.
she's got. She's got that.
Please
fat
fight
wrist
for
thing.
my honor.
Please. Straight up fight.
She got that fat wrist thing going on with the big old fat forearms, big old bubbly ass arms. And
Next
shit.
time a big woman comes charging you, Marcus, you just scream Eddie.
No, thanks, man.
It's a psychological thing, man. She's just trying to get in his head. It's some freaky shit that they go through.
They
It's
love it.
probably, Yeah, it's probably hot for them.
Oh yeah.
It's
She
probably
said-
sexy.
She said, I knew we were meant to be a couple when we shared our first kiss under London Bridge. I didn't mean to fall in love again after my
London
last...
broil.
Yeah, London broil over the bridge where he found her. Am I right?
Not that girl.
I'm happy no one made a troll joke about how she looks like a troll, and that's
No,
why they
that was
kissed under
that
it.
was a good troll joke.
Thank you.
pretty
I didn't
good.
make it. I'm happy that nobody did though, because that would have been
You
rude
missed
to
it,
her.
Jackie.
No, no
Jackie
one
just
would
came
ever
back
do
from the
that.
bathroom. I said they shared their first kiss under London Bridge. I said under it's London broil.
Ed was really happy about it. I don't even.
Salzburg. What, she have bitch disease?
Now, if someone would have just brought that up earlier, I love it. Met under a bridge because you imagine someone saying she looks like a troll or
Like a
something.
Billy Goat.
Yeah, like a Billy Goat
situation.
under
Yeah.
there.
joke.
Billy Goat.
God damn it.
She said, we started to get serious and made plans to move in together, but I then discovered that Steve had been seeing another girl around the time we'd first met. He claimed he didn't think we were exclusive because of the distance, and I forgave him, but I started to doubt whether or not he could be faithful. Debbie, who also suffers from bipolar and body dysmorphic disorders,
Body dysmorphia. That's when you're
she's
skinny
fat?
and you think you're fat.
I guess she thinks she's skinny.
He was seeing another girl because she bent down to pick up a Snickers bar.
Body dysmorphia. That's the best goddamn disease this woman could have.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
She added that her jealousy got worse when the pair moved in together as she tried to monitor Steve's every move. She installed child-proof filters on his laptop and mobile phone to stop him looking at X-ray pictures of
Oh,
women
my.
and ban him from watching any television programs featuring women.
That's how you keep a man.
I guess.
She says she won't even let him watch The Winkest Link in case he fancies Ann Robinson.
The Weakest Link.
It hasn't been on in years.
And
I guess it's
she's
still on in
ugly and
Scotland.
old.
Yeah, she says she's scared he'll have a sneaky look when she's in the other room.
A sneaky look.
That's why she decided to order a lie detector online. It's the only way of knowing for sure if his eyes were wandering.
Fair enough.
Oh my
And
goodness.
in general, he's quite truthful, but she has caught him lying a few times about looking at other women.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, the weakest link's on her hammock. Come on.
The Weakest Link is on her hammock. Yeah.
What on her hammock?
I don't know.
The Weakest Link. It's not good, but it's
I
fine.
don't think so.
That is fucking fantastic joke writing right there.
That's brilliant.
That is awesome.
I watched the gears
Get
turn.
this man on
in his head.
SNL.
Yeah.
Jay, can you get him on
I
SNL?
wish I
How are you, the
could.
writer? When
What
you're
the
sitting
fuck
there.
is Lorne doing?
That's great. He's not making mistakes
Can
with
we
who's
just
he
send him
hiring.
this episode, Jay? Maybe we'll all get jobs.
Yeah, I feel like
great.
he'd love my whole fucking nose.
Why would he
spiel.
take me? He's already got the Roundtable of the Year 3 years in a
That
row.
is
That's
true.
right. That is true.
Yeah, that is true.
Can't get up from that. That is an elbow drop from the top rope.
Oh my God, I'm suffering from bitch's disease.
All right. Jesus Christ.
I've got it. I got the disease.
You do have it.
You definitely
You
have
definitely
it.
have
got
it.
it.
You're the only one that I know that
I
actually.
contracted it from your mother's. Why?
Oh no.
Why?
Nobody knows.
Is he bleeding again?
Well, he's talking, so I feel like I'm
so.
bleeding. That's
Well,
great.
yeah, she's been prescribed anti-anxiety medication and is having therapy to deal with her issues, after which she hopes to marry Steve, who proposed earlier this year.
Yikes.
But he just doesn't know. She doesn't know if she can trust him.
Yeah, no.
Not yet.
But she has already taken his surname as her own in anticipation of the wedding.
And what's his surname? Or what's his name?
Gobbledygook.
Skimble Palm. Stephen Wood.
Stephen Wood.
Yes.
And what's her
Wood.
first name?
Debbie.
So it's going to be Debbie Wood.
Debbie Wood.
That's a nice name for
Just
a
keep
big old
him on a
girl.
fucking leash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he can't go out to the.
She likes that he has a
He
job.
can't go out to the shop to buy some hobnobs.
Now, how different is that than like a dominatrix, like a guy that's really into a dominatrix?
Well, I think a dominatrix, you pay, you go get your balls stomped on, and then when you leave, you're still the CEO of Viacom.
But I mean, psychologically, like how much different is that than saying like a guy that really wants that to happen, and a guy that wants a girl to just control him and treat him like shit and
Honestly,
not trust him?
I don't
I
think
don't think
there's
there's something
a big
there.
difference.
It's
I don't,
not.
I, don't
I
think
think
there
it's
is
like
a big
the same
difference.
kind
I
of
think
fucking
this
mindset.
guy is fucking slightly retarded.
He's definitely slightly retarded.
And someone should have not let him leave the house, and he's going to take
I think he loves it.
Holden.
Yeah. Well, all right. First of all, we are discounting that this guy is not a looker by
He's
any means.
disgusting.
He's the
terrible
greasiest
looking.
hair I've ever seen in my entire
I
life.
can't decide
For
whether it's like he likes it like a sub-dom situation, or it's literally one of those where like he masturbated in his room alone for so many
Just
years.
gave the fuck up.
One girl finally said yes, and he's not going to let it go because he knows what it's going to be like.
Then why is he
to be
fucking
single.
whining about it to the goddamn media? Just shut up and take it.
Well, the only thing that he said, there are tons of quotes from this woman, but the only thing that we hear from Steve is, sometimes I get nervous and the lie detector test results come back inconclusive because my heart is hammering, which makes Debbie doubt me. I just have to tell her I haven't cheated and pray she believes me. I'm willing to put up with
see?
it because I know we're soulmates. She is so special to me, and a bit of jealousy here and there won't change that.
This is the first girlfriend.
Beats the fuck out of him.
They have
This
a good
is
time,
the
man.
first
I want this
girlfriend
woman.
he's ever had.
I love
had
Debbie, man.
this. I mean, not to this
well,
degree.
he was
but-
apparently seeing someone when they first started dating.
Oh, really?
She does look like a giant toe.
Yeah,
She's a
I forgot
big
who
toe
said it.
woman.
I forgot who said it, but it
Marcus
was Ben.
did.
No,
I
it
said
wasn't me.
Toad.
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 Oh, you
Oh,
said
I was thinking of
toe.
toe. Yeah.
Yeah, a
She
toe
looks
also.
like a fucking 340-pound big
Big toe. Yeah.
does
I
look
can
like a
see
large
that.
Saying
toe.
toe?
Yeah, I
Ben,
say
what
toe.
are you saying?
Well, I mean, I feel like she looks like a woman that is somebody that you may or may not want to take out to a buffet.
You
and
really
feed
think
a bunch
that
of crab
face
legs.
is pretty? That face is not
I don't
pretty.
think that her face is pretty, but I like her antics.
Ben,
you know,
I feel like Ben has been with similar women in his past, so he's defending this woman's honor.
Yeah,
I
but at
like
least
a
those
strong
women were
woman.
Probably hot.
100
though, right?
pounds.
they
of
weren't
tits on
as
her.
ugly as she was. That's for damn sure. But yeah, I mean, you know, if our love was real, they would have grown into her.
Damn.
I just can't keep them long enough to get them fat enough for me to love.
You're like the witch from Hansel and Gretel.
Isn't that something? I don't know how to cook, though. I don't know how to cook. No, I'm just trying to defend this woman because I think that she's actually doing a lot for this guy.
I mean, yeah,
She's doing nothing.
I think
she is his daily planner.
I
She's
think
his
it is
iPhone.
largely this guy's fault for sticking with this relationship.
I feel like
This
the only
guy
sex
could be
they
working-
have is him just like shoving his whole like hand up inside of her pussy.
pussy, yeah.
That's probably the only thing
No,
that
no, no.
fits.
He looks like one of those little skinny guys with huge dicks.
You think so?
He might have done that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Dude,
we
that's
all.
the
I mean,
thing.
I know we all. Everyone went to high school with that little guy with the huge dick.
Yeah.
Do we have his email? Can we hit him up?
I can find it.
All right, let's get his email. Let's find out how big his
See
dick
how
is.
hard it
Steve
this man
Wood,
alone.
Scotland.
In fact,
His
I'm
name's
curious.
Wood.
I'm curious about our
why not have a
listeners'
big
dick
one?
sizes. If you want to send in your dick size, we don't even need pics, people. Just send in
Don't
your
send
dick size.
pics.
Please
Send
don't
honest
send any
send
of this.
pics,
He's got
send
like-
pictures.
He's got like 40
send
strands
pictures.
of hair. He probably does have a giant pain. I can't
Yeah.
believe God is
I mean-
that cruel.
Our ratio of tits to dicks is 2 to 1 right now.
2 to 1.
More
And who has
tits
received the
More
most
tits than
beautiful,
dicks.
buxom?
We got 2 pairs of
bosom.
tits and only 1 dick.
Well,
No
call me
way.
fucking lover boy
Vanna
right now,
White
buddy.
needs
Send
more
your
dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
cavecomedyradio@gmail.com if you are
Send all your
18,
genitals.
18
Yeah.
or older.
But I did receive a great bosom pic from a woman who is not. She is of age. She's 20, I believe. We'll call her buxom Betty Ross. And she wrote quite a few things. Her likes: tall red ginger, such as myself, comedy, horror movies.
Oh, you
weed.
forgot tall redheaded whites with really flabby loose skin.
Yeah, I didn't forget
Oh,
about it. I
yeah,
just
Kissel.
purposely left it out.
Yeah.
But then her dislikes were Holden McNeely,
Oh, that's
and that was
right.
it. So that was kind of fun. So I kind of liked her, and then she sent a nice
Wow.
picture
Can we see the
of her
breasts?
breasts. Well, no, I mean I can't get it up on my phone.
I mean, I can get it up here.
But thank you so much for saying. No, this is just between me and the girl. I don't want to share it with these animals.
Why can't I see
I
it?
know
Send
you
it
don't
to
get
Kids
to-
Comedy Radio?
with the subject Kissel.
Sounds like it's for all of us. I would like to
It
see
is
your
definitely
breasts.
for all of us.
No.
She
Yeah.
said the Kid Comedy Radio is for
No,
all
I
of
mean,
us.
yeah, and you talked about it on the show.
Yeah,
When?
you're the one that just
Yeah,
brought
she
it
said,
up.
she
Yeah,
said
she
it to
kind of
Kid
just
Comedy
undersold
Radio.
herself.
No. Okay. No, we're
I
not
want to
looking
see
at the
some
picture.
tits.
We won't say her name, yeah. We'll look at her tits. We're not gonna
Betsy
say her
Ross?
name.
Show both of them, Marcus.
Yes.
Betsy Ross is great at knitting.
She is great at knitting. Yes, she knit the American flag.
I don't think
Ed.
it was knitting. I think
Are
it
they
was just
unwrapped or are
quilting.
they done in a bra? or
They're
something?
just beautiful. Marcus, don't show everybody.
How many? How many?
we doing it?
How many nipples?
Just show us.
I mean,
got
I feel
it.
like this is gonna hurt the girl's
Kissel,
feelings.
the war has been lost.
Oh,
They're
those
great
are nice.
titties.
They're great.
Oh yeah, they are.
Ooh,
great.
I like just the tip
We
of the
didn't say
nipple
her
on the
name.
top.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Dislikes include Holden McNeely.
That is
I
true.
fucking love you, bitch.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who you are, but I love you.
I like that.
What is it about me? Is it my voice?
Well, today you actually sound fairly good. Yeah,
Great
beautiful
tits.
gal.
Hey, I
Great
gotta.
bosoms.
I mean, we
Thanks.
gotta show him to the Roundtable of the Year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
All
deserves that.
I approve of your titties.
That's very nice.
That's a huge honor, titties lady.
That is nice.
Man, I should be sending in like pictures
Che.
of my breasts like under different aliases just to fucking get you guys, make you
should
guys
have-
sick.
We should have a new Round Titty of the Year award.
Round titty of the year.
I'm so
Year.
glad nobody made that joke. I'm so happy.
That's perfect.
That would have been so easy for someone to do.
Yeah. I mean, but it's really not that
Did
easy
not
because it's so
happen.
dumb. It's
So
like
many
a thing.
things didn't happen on this show that I'm really happy.
Oh, thanks, right. Thanks,
Dodged a
Christ.
lot of bullets today.
We dodged a lot
I'm
of
really
bullets.
proud of it.
I
I'm
feel
proud of all of you.
one-
I want to
100%.
congratulate everybody here for all the things that happened today and
Yeah.
that were said, that weren't said.
We matrixed the fuck out of those bullets.
We really
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Ben, what do you have to say to this buxom young woman who hit
I
you?
already told her. I think she's wonderful. Your personality is sparkling. You're brilliant, and your breasts are great. And thank you.
Did you jerk off to the picture?
Sure, why not? I'll fucking jack off to a whole series of different kinds of things. I jack off to just nice messages. I jack off to a like on Facebook.
Really?
Sure.
Wow.
Ugh, man, you are.
That's an
you're-
easy thing to jerk off to.
It is the
feel like-
I mean,
easiest
it's a hard thing to jerk off.
How
It is.
often? How often? What are you like up to 3 a day, 2 a
to
day?
jack off.
Yeah.
I go once a week.
Once a
What?
week.
What?
Once a week. That's it.
I don't believe that.
That's
No
all I
way.
do with my life. Once a week. I have
Once
a little time.
a week.
I cry nay
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
You're gonna cry, Nay?
Yeah.
You know what?
Nay.
I believe him.
Nay.
Well, I live with Ben Kissel, and I masturbate 5 out of 7 days, I would say.
Cool.
I would say that I've never known Ben Kissel to be a liar. I've known him to be many things, but never.
What are you
a
talking
liar.
What about that time with the
Taking
fucking yeah? He lied to the police.
He lied to the
And I'm
cops
being
and he
almost
did.
kidnapped.
That's a fucking mastermind
How
murderer.
much do you masturbate, Ben?
Tell us. I want to know the
Tell us.
fucking
I'm
truth.
at about once a week.
Once a week. Once or twice
I
a week.
probably do 3
Really?
times a week.
I'm like once a week.
I'm the only one who does 5 out of
I
what?
do 3. I do
Maybe
3.
twice every 3 weeks.
I gotta do it like
I mean, I don't know.
clockwork. I gotta do it.
Sometimes I like to
Yeah.
go out with a loaded gun. It makes me more charming when I actually, have the desperate fucking human desire to actually fuck.
I like
I'm
my
so worried to come after
It is a sense
so
of
little.
urgency.
Yeah,
though.
that's the thing.
I like
feel
my
like-
dick and balls to be like a deflated balloon.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
you're borderline
Start low
married. I mean,
and hard.
Yeah.
I'm 3 times a week myself.
3 times.
Yeah.
I used to be
How
about.
much you get
used to
it
be
off,
like
Jax?
6.
Pretty much every day.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to be there.
I know, right? Thank you, Jackie, for the love of fucking Christ.
yeah, I mean, it's just important though when you're going
Ben, the
out.
sound man, show of fingers. How many times you beat off a week? 3, 4.
4, all right.
4.
All right.
Once or
We're going
twice
high.
a
Three to
week.
We're going
3 to
high.
4.
We're going fucking high. It's fucking 4.
At least 4.
I'm with you, Ben.
Are we doing a segment?
This is it.
I think
was
it's a
it.
segment.
That's the segment?
It's the masturbation
I didn't
segment.
have
He's got a
anything.
nosebleed,
Yeah,
man.
it's
His
my
brain's
fucking-
half fucking in our goddamn sink right now.
We gotta
Yeah.
add something to it or something.
All right, if you were to get some scuba gear, what kind of scuba gear would you
Did you want that?
Boring.
The
I
fucking
fucking
scuba
hate
gear
that.
conversation?
The
No.
best kind.
No,
Then you win. Then you win, Ed.
Ed's the winner.
You win the fucking
Congratulations.
segment.
Okay. All right. Well, that's Jackie Zebrowski.
just-
We're just
Really?
going to end it. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know.
There's just no segment.
There was no segment because Holden fucking bled out.
I know
His
he
fucking
bled
mind.
out.
All right, if
I
you-
got a segment.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
Jay,
all
what's
right,
your
thank
fucking
you.
segment?
All right.
Round course of
Shut up, Ed. Eddie. I don't want to hear it.
It's ready to go with a segment.
Okay, Mr. Che. No, let's not.
All right, no. Well, I have a serious question because, like, now I'm curious. What is the strangest thing that you've masturbated to, and why was it so strange? Have you ever gone back?
God,
That's a
it's just
fucking
like
that's
being
a
in
good
the
one.
presence of greatness.
We'll see.
It's just
I don't want to
too
start.
tough.
I don't want to start with Jackie because she's the only lady, so we'll save her for the middle. I want to start with Mr. Big.
I
Ben
can't
Kissel.
even begin. I don't even
strangest
know.
thing you've ever beat
Strangest
off.
thing you've ever masturbated to.
I mean, it's just I don't even. It's just like it's just so much.
All right, then give me one.
You know what? I just don't even prefer to. I would say what's something that I've looked at where I don't know, some Sasha Grey stuff or something like that. Maybe.
What?
Or-
Oh,
that's
dirty.
That's
I mean, I don't know.
Same.
Women in my fucking bed. I mean, I have no fucking idea.
That is weird.
You know, I
Like
just
women like just laying next to you.
yeah.
He does like you. Didn't you make girls like pee on the ground and you jerked off to them peeing on the
I
ground?
didn't jerk off to them peeing on the ground, Ed.
That is fascinating shit.
Well, no, there was
All right,
no.
you know what? I'll take the bar weird. I'll go weird because I'm not proud of this, but it's a true thing that fucking happened.
Well, you go and then I'll go.
I saw, as I used to do a show here with some strange porn shit, and I saw a lot of strange porn and some animal stuff and everything, and I've never had done anything with animal porn, but one time I was in Central Park and I saw a white lady with a really large dog, and I could not get out of my head what that lady might be like. And I masturbated to what
Her
she
fucking the
probably
dog?
does. Not her fucking the dog, but that she would fuck the dog.
So you jacked off to her
Okay.
fucking the dog.
I jacked off to
All right.
potential freakness.
So you jacked off to her sucking on the dog's dick?
Not exactly.
The dog mounting her.
No, just that she fucking got off.
David
When I was
Parker
a
Ray
kid,
shit.
I once beat off in the Orange Bowl.
What do you mean the Orange
The
Bowl?
Orange Bowl.
The stadium?
The stadium, yeah.
Oh, I
It's
thought it was a
raining,
bowl
and
of
we were all wearing ponchos. And I beat off right in my seat.
Wow.
That's
That's,
good.
that's
I like
pretty
that.
amazing.
That's kind of fascinating.
I'd say this is a combination of the lamest and weirdest by proximity. I used to beat off to the Jessica Simpson music video for what was the name of that really bad movie? It used to be a TV show with the brothers that drive the fast car. They
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Oh, with the Daisy Duke.
The Daisy Duke, and she did a video where she was like scrubbing down this car with a big sponge and a pink bikini, and he used to beat off to it. But every other shot of that music video was of Willie Nelson because she was singing
We
the
were
song with
older at
Willie
this
Nelson.
point.
Yeah, we were older at this
We
point.
were like, we were
27.
Yeah, I was in college. I was in college beating off to this thing.
To
and,
Willie Nelson?
No, it was just right. You can't look at your phone and then fucking jump into the fucking conversation because
No, I had a thing I had to take care of.
I'm saying, and then exactly. So I used to beat off this music video. So I mean, half the time I'm looking at Willie Nelson. And then I also, same kind of deal. I was actually thinking about this earlier. I used to beat off to Agent Provocateur commercial with Kylie Minogue where she'd ride this mechanical bull.
Oh, yeah, I jerked it to that one.
But that old lady is sitting in the corner the whole time, and at the end she has that maniacal laugh. She's like, and she's like this gross old lady. So I'd be rewinding this video, and I kept having to look at this nasty old lady with all this gross makeup on, laughing at my face while I was beating off, to Kylie Minogue. It was just very upsetting.
I fucking love it, man.
Night of the Demons.
Oh, I remember Night with the lipstick and the nipples.
Oh,
yeah. I do that. I jacked off of that.
And she's putting her thumbs through the guy's eyes, but you can see her tits.
Oh, yeah.
She's riding
Sexy.
him, but she's like putting his eyes out with her thumbs, but her tits are wonderful.
Yeah.
I wish I was an
Beat
editor.
off to that.
And Mona from Who's the Boss?
Beat off to Mona?
Really?
Yeah.
I can see that.
I used to beat
Why
off
not?
to Daisy Fuentes when she hosted America's Funniest Videos.
I honestly have a similar
Daisy
situation with
Fuentes.
Loveline. That chick that was on Loveline, but it was always Corolla and Dr. Drew, so I
Right.
fucking probably nutted multiple times to fucking Corolla's face.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
this disgusting
Kelly
fuck.
Bundy, man.
Well, Bundy is the
Kelly
best.
Bundy.
The mother from Goof Troop. She had a big ass.
They're all good. They're all good. They're all good people.
Jackie, what do you got
Jackie,
for us?
we're due.
I mean,
The mom from Goof Troop, I think.
I think that definitely wins, but I masturbated when I was done with my SAT to the guy that was giving the SATs because I was done so early, so I just masturbated in my seat.
In the seat, and then you
Yeah.
squirted all over the place.
Yeah, but I had
The
like
guy,
an
you
hour
thought
to
the guy
go.
was hot, or-
Yeah, he was really hot, so I
Okay.
just thought about that.
Wow.
Thought
How many
about him
Bens
just like
was it?
fucking me in front of everybody else.
Oh, that's
like,
hot.
While they were
Yourself.
finishing their SATs, yeah. So
Oh, that's like.
It's actually kind of erotic.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
erotic.
I like
yeah, that was.
That's not
You
that
should tell
weird.
that story
I mean,
slower
the,
or something.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, that is
Marcus will
not Willie
slow
Nelson.
that down in editing and put some sex in
Pretty hot.
Marcus, where's the weirdest place you've ever beat off?
the weirdest place?
No, the weirdest thing he's beat
Oh,
off
the
to.
weirdest thing I've ever beat off to, I'd say I had this issue of Club Confidential, which is a pretty hardcore porno mag. It was my only porno mag at the time. And so I jerked it to everything in the magazine except for this one spread, which was a pregnant woman. And in it, she was pumping her breast milk and pouring it all over herself. And I'd always skip past it.
I mean,
But after a while, you get kind of tired of jerking off to the same thing over and over again.
course.
When you're like 13, 14, you're doing it like 3 times a day, and so you just get a little bit tired a little faster, and so I started jerking off to the pregnant porn.
Okay.
That lasted about a week.
Is that still hot to you in some way? Because you have some residue from that?
Not really.
Give the
Okay.
milk to the baby.
Yeah,
you
give-
know.
yeah,
give
No,
the
but
baby gets
in
the
all
milk.
fairness,
Yeah.
I'll be honest, there is not much things better than big, fat, pregnant titties.
oh, well, you talked. I was talking about it the other day. I love
They're so
full of milk.
beautiful.
Yeah, they are beautiful.
That's
I had a
the-
friend.
Holden, how do you feel about big fat pregnant titties?
I can't even begin. I don't want to get another nosebleed, brother.
Yeah, it's
Get me
gonna
too
happen.
worked
That's
up.
the
It's
thing.
gonna get my blood going a little too much, so I can't even begin to just. Puppy likes to give his mommy dips.
All right, we'll continue to send your boo pics into
I guess
Cave
we're
Comedy
out here.
Radio. We'll look at them and talk about them, and you're beautiful. And thank you guys so much for listening. That's Jackie Zebrowski, Ed Larson,
Yeah.
Holden McNeely
Sip, sip.
Panties,
Kevin Barnett.
My panties, my
No,
panties.
it's not.
Oh,
is in Florida right now.
damn.
Sitting in for him was Michael Che. Thank you, Michael, for being
That
here.
was a good save,
Jay, you're
man.
so much
Well,
better.
Hey,
Of course, Marcus Parks, and I'm Ben Kissel. And then Ben with the sound. And again, second episode in a row where Ben agreed with everything that I
I don't
said.
believe
That
that's
is
true.
not
Don't
true.
believe that
He's
at
much
all.
more
Well, it
attractive
doesn't-
than you are.
He's not that much more attractive.
He is.
He agreed with me when I said that.
he's
I
normal.
don't
He's that
think
much more
that's
attractive?
True.
Good night.
Good night.